What's going on, folks? There's something I wanted to talk to you about real quick, and it's about shortages, or maybe the end of shortages, at least temporarily. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've seen recently that there are a lot of things, a lot of items that I have been looking to purchase that have had out of stock and back ordered tagged to them, preventing me from being able to buy them. And just here recently, probably in the last 2 weeks, I've noticed that they're now becoming available. These products that were back ordered with no actual arrival dates are now not only available online, but they're also available in store pickup. For instance, there was a camera I was looking at Best Buy, and it was on pretty much national back order. And now it's available, and it's at pretty much any Best Buy near me. I can walk in and buy it right now. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up, and then I thought that it was very important, was to understand that I think that we're seeing a shift in the supply. And basically it boils down to, and I was actually talking to a friend of mine who works at Costco, and we were talking about inventory and supply levels, because he does the stock for Costco. But basically what he was telling me was that a lot of the shipping containers that were transporting the products that they were waiting on, ultimately a lot of things that we've all been waiting on, were delayed for various reasons, and also stuck at ports, unable to be unloaded. And additionally, once unloaded, they were unable to be transported due to the, now I have a better understanding for it, but due to the lower rates in the spot market for the owner-operated truck drivers, basically valuing these loads lower than others, putting them, making them less of a priority for drivers to pick up and deliver. But with the ships coming in and the containers now being unloaded and drivers actually picking up the loads, now some of these stores like Costco, Best Buy, Sam's Club, Walmart, a lot of these stores are actually getting their inventory levels back up to kind of what they were before. And this can potentially lead to less shortages and less empty shelves. But I think that there's still something to be thought about, where yes, we are in this situation currently, but part of that supply chain includes the tractor trailers and the owner operators and the semi trucks delivering these materials, these goods, from the shipping container yards and ports and distribution centers and terminals. Well, we still got to take into consideration the availability of diesel and the price of the diesel. So I think that we're going to see more products hitting the shelves, which is a good thing, but we may also see higher prices. But there's also a chance we could see lower prices, because a lot of the things coming in have been sitting on order for months, maybe even over a year. And it was too late to cancel and turn them back and return the sender. So now some of these stores like Costco and Walmart and Best Buy and these retailers, they may be looking to pretty much just like dump the stuff for a discount, which could mean huge savings for us. But maybe they're looking to dump it just because they don't have the space and availability for it. And a lot of this stuff's probably gonna be out of season. Like, I bet you we'll see some non-seasonal products coming, like basically as these stores don't have the space to stock or the space for a back stock. We're going to see a lot of randomness in the stores, from Christmas decorations, and possibly maybe they may try to keep it under wraps and keep it hidden so it doesn't like draw too much attention. But if you see like Easter stuff out, and it's like, it's a little early for Easter again, and different decorations and different things for different seasons, because they ordered it they didn't get it when they wanted it or when they expected it, and now that it showed up, they don't have anywhere to put it. So in order to move it, they may cut the prices and lower the prices just to make it more enticing and attractive for people to buy them. But that isn't a guarantee, because like I said, the fuel prices, the diesel prices are going up. So that can add to the cost of what they have, or at least the future costs, because it's all going to get averaged into their systems and into their overhead and their operating costs, which end up dictating the price that we see. So let me know if you guys are seeing anything showing up that you might have been waiting on before, that was back stock, out of order, etc., and now it's available and probably in surplus. And I'm being told that this is a result of these shipping containers now coming in like in huge amounts. But the other part of that problem is, like I mentioned, some of these things being out of season, like decorations and things like that. Some of these products have expiration dates. They have best buy dates. They have sell by dates. They have good buy dates. And if they were sitting on these containers for longer periods of time than anticipated, they've probably either have passed these dates, or when they're on the shelves and you have an opportunity to pick them up and buy them, you're kind of getting less of a value because you have less time before the date actually hits. But depending on what it is, these products could have been sitting in containers that they normally would have been sitting in for like a couple weeks or a month, and they might have been in these containers for several months, over a year, through different temperature cycles, high heat, extreme moisture levels, maybe even colder temperatures, which could potentially degrade the quality of what was in the container that is now showing up at the stores available for sale. So we may want to be a little bit more cognizant and do a little bit more due diligence on what we're buying, rather than just grabbing it off the shelf and checking out. Or even if you're ordering online, once you get it, you really should inspect it and see what the quality of it is. In addition to, have there been any alterations to the dates on these products, depending on what you're ordering, especially if it's like a food item or any sort of perishable or something with a shelf life. You're going to want to check that out, because if there is a problem, use your return policy as quickly as you can, so you don't go past the date you can't return it. And then I know for me, if I use my American Express to make purchases, I get extended return and extended protections for what I buy, just in case. And this is probably going to be needed more now, and probably needed more in like the next few months, as this old inventory that was probably ordered in 2020 starts rolling in. They can't just like send it back, and they can't just trash it, so they got to put it out and see if people will buy it. But just want to give you guys a heads up. My buddy who works for Costco, he said he actually wants to join me for like an interview or maybe a live stream, so that you guys can ask him some questions. He works at Costco here in Atlanta, and he's been there for, I want to say he's been there for like 3 or 4 years, and he's seen the cycles. He's got a lot of great information to share with you, and I'll try to get him on the show or on the channel so you guys can check him out. If you got questions for him, go ahead and drop the questions in the comment section below here, so I go ahead and compile them and have them ready for when we do meet up, so we can go ahead and get them answered and try to get them as many answered as possible. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the next.